All right, we're live.
We're live.
Yes, we are. All right. So the title of today's show is how did black people end up at the bottom, and will we ever rise? Will we ever rise again, Tiffany? That's the title of today's show.
This is fair use, educational purposes. It's our views. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Was that PSA, public service announcement, by
hmm
Tiffany. So welcome. We already got people jumping on. So today's show, like I said, is how did black people end up at the bottom and will we ever rise? As we know, Tiffany, wherever you go in the world, you seem to be at the bottom. I had asked a question a while ago. If is there a country where black people are just dominating and just, in charge of everything? Somebody told me Zimbabwe is such a country. But I don't know. As usual, we're going to show a couple of videos. And Tiffany, this first video is going to scare you a bit. Here we go.
One question from me. Where does any synthetic molecule serve the living?
They don't.
Right.
I mean, none.
And am I right in suggesting that a medicine, by definition, is something which contains synthetic molecules? Something that is registered, patented, and put into the market as a medicine?
Absolutely.
Proper. Right. So what I'm learning from you, Dr. Young, is that a quadrillion-dollar enterprise is at work amongst us, decimating, culling the human family.
Intentionally.
Using synthetic molecules, which by design are cancer, AIDS, all of the both men could dream up.
Yeah, it's for the purpose of sterilization and population control. There's too many people on the planet we need to get rid of. In the words of Bill Gates, at least 3 billion people need to die. So we'll just start off in Africa. We'll start doing our research there, and we'll eliminate most of the Africans because they're deplorable. They're worthless. They're not part of this world economy. So they have their rights taken away, and they're suppressed, and they're experimented.
And the multilateral agencies and the health and regulatory so-called authorities and agencies appear in the main to have become weaponized and appear, I again use the word appear advisedly, we're not casting judgments here, we're taking depositions, listening to expert testimonies, appear to be weaponized and appear to be working in collusion against the living men and women of the soil. Is that a fair statement?
It is. It's not a bacterial war. It's a systemic poisoning war, and they're using chemical warfare against all of us.
You heard it, Tiffany. There's 3 billion. They need the 3 billion African people, black people, they need to get rid of. I saw that video. Bill Gates said it, but let's get into it. Here we go.
The knowledge you gain, break away from the chain. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. We in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see the new future for my sisters and brothers. With Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We're giving you empathy, we're gonna challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We build your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from our God up above. It's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
Hey. Welcome.
Welcome. Tiffany, what's going on, sister?
Just chilling. God is good. I'm just happy we are here and we make it to another day. Hope everyone is doing well. Sending love to everyone. Blessings, and thank you for coming in.
All right. And We sending love to the folks. Where is that tornado that hit? Was that Mississippi?
It was in Mississippi. They had a very bad tornado, and my opinion, my view, if it hit y'all black people, y'all better get out of there. God is trying to tell y'all something. Get out of Mississippi. Get out of Mississippi. If he blew your house away, God is telling you start fresh, brand new. It's Mississippi been having they ain't been doing too good down there. The water.
If God is really looking out for black people, we would have seen some KKK members flying through the air, in them sheets. If God really wants to show me his power and that he's working for us, that tornado would have just gone house to house and just snatched up all the KKK members and just, put them out of their misery.
How you don't know they didn't clean them up? It was just a sprinkle of black chocolate chips in between.
Yeah. If you're in Mississippi, we're really,
we sending our love out to you. Yes. Healing.
You're safe.
Yes.
I did see one guy who was spared. Everything around him was devastated, and his house was untouched, and he was thanking God for saving his house. But when people say stuff like that, I'm like, what about the other people that didn't fare as well as you do? So,
well, I'm a person of everything happened in a divine order.
Yeah.
Everything happened for a reason. So I think where there's death, there's rebirth.
Right.
So it's a starting over for them. And the guy that you said that nothing happened to his house, he must have put the invisible blood of Jesus on that daggone door. He was like, don't touch my door. Okay. And they didn't touch it.
I know. All right. So you saw the video I just showed where that guy said that, and Bill Gates did say that they have to get rid of 3 billion people from the earth, and they're going to start in Africa. He literally said that. They're going to start in Africa. Now, he didn't go on to say those people are useless, but basically that's what he was saying. The African people, we can use them as guinea pigs for our experiments. He wants to sterilize. They want to do a whole bunch of experiments, but the bottom line is they want to get rid of 3 billion black people because we offer nothing to the world as far as Bill Gates is concerned.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. We are the soul of this world. So if you get rid of us, y'all have nothing. But all of that saying what's going on there, that's just a fear of us. And it's changing hands. That's the only thing. They want to get rid of people. I heard this long time ago. You believe that? I heard this almost 20 years ago about them. You got to remember, people, the men always think 20 to 30 years before us. Okay. So they were thinking about this long time. They called it population control. Okay. Yeah. It's like 5 billion people or 9 billion people on earth, and they trying to make it to 5 billion people. And who you think they're going to try to eliminate first? The people of color, black people. Anybody that they feel is beneath them, they're going to do that. So I'm not surprised at what that person was saying. This is why we must be on point. We must take care of each other. It's not like we don't got the information now. Before, we didn't have the information. We have access to information now, and we need to start taking care of ourselves. Be healthy. Like he said, it's chemical poisoning. We can't eat everything. We can't drink everything. Look at the water. All the waters is having issues with it. How about we've been drinking these waters for years? And our grandparents and uncles was dying of cancer or something like that. So I'm not surprised. It's just that now we have to look at it. If you see how they dealing and how they planning, we need to be on point.
What I don't understand, look at what we are talking about. You think that we're the only one that knows this stuff. This is why I can't understand, like, black people with money, the black, and seems like 90% of our black people who are millionaires and billionaires are all celebrities, comes from acting, singing, dancing, TV, whatever, why don't we get into a huddle? I'm always like, why don't black people get into a huddle and try to save ourselves?
Well, my mother expresses a fear thing. You know, indirectly, mentally, it's a fear thing because that's what they're trying to do over there in Jacksonville, Mississippi. You know, with that water crisis, a lot of people helped them. A lot of people sent money over there to help them rebuild and fix their waters. And guess what? Now the white establishment want to take over and they want to control the money. You see how that works?
Yeah, yeah. But why don't the black people with the financial fortitude, why don't they come to our rescue? That you know what I mean? Like, I don't get that.
Because they're comfortable. Because like you just said, we have enough successful people that deals with money, financial. You know, what happened to coming up with a plan? But you know what? It's always too much chiefs in there. Everybody want to be in charge of this, in charge of that. Nobody, I think that's what it is. It's just so much confusion. People don't know how to be able to help us. I think that's what it is. And they're not really worried about it.
Yeah. We were talking before the show, and I was asking if there's a country where black people are in charge and running things and not complaining, you know, because wherever you go in the world, black people are always, you know, dealing
There's something going on.
We're always dealing with racism, no matter where you go in the world. But you ever notice when there's a country that is majority black and minority white, the white people never complain about racism because it never happens.
Mm-hmm.
Black people seem to we just let people live. You know, we don't care. Just let people live.
No, because we always turn the other cheek. It's in our DNA just to turn the other cheek. Like my mother said, it's a fear mechanism. Like we don't even want to. We comfortable in our dysfunction. You know, if it's not broken like that, we don't want to fix it too much, and then we don't want nobody to come in and mess up what we're comfortable with. So it's like you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. But like you said, we have enough people with money to be able to do so many different things. And one thing I think they need to be dealing with is mental health. They really don't understand. Mental health is a serious issue. We just lost a young man. We was talking about it. I think his name is Aribo. God bless his day. He's an African brother.
Oh yeah. All right, hold on. I think I got something for that. Hold on. You're talking about the guy that died in
custody in the psychiatric ward. I think he was having a mental crisis.
Yeah.
And they wound up moving him to the mental hospital. But they said he was unruly.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Oh, there's no sound, but that's all of them on top of that one guy.
Why do it take excuse me, why do it take, I get choked up when I see stuff like this. Why do it take 10 people to take down one man? Just like when people call the cops, they call the cops and it's like 10 cars for one person. Why?
They think black people have superpowers.
What kind of superpower? We had superpowers. We had superpower our ass out of poverty.
All right, hold on, another video.
Now think in my life that I witnessed my own blood brother being murdered.
My son was tortured.
A 28-year-old black patient at a Virginia psychiatric hospital who was handcuffed and shackled died after being pinned to the floor by at least 10 officers, new video shows. Surveillance video shows officers throwing Ivo Otenyo to the ground. Then, more officers and staffers join in, holding different parts of his body down into the ground. Eventually, video shows at least 10 hospital officers and staff holding his entire body down, to the point where Otenyo is invisible. The entire surveillance video is 20 minutes long. For most of that time, Otenyo is pinned down. After being pinned down, staff realize that he's unconscious, video shows. Doctors, nurses are seen rushing into the room to perform CPR, rotating positions, but Otenyo's lifeless body remains on the floor. Just over an hour later, he was declared dead. At least 7 deputies and 3 hospital workers have been charged with second-degree murder. Otenyo was first taken to the police station after a neighbor reported him for suspicious behavior. Police said Otenyo, who was in a mental health crisis, was aggressive, and they brought him to the hospital. Family says that from the beginning, Otenyo was being mistreated.
Can someone explain to me why my brother is not here? Right now, someone explain to me why my mother can't sleep, can't eat. At what point do we consider mental illness a crime?
The family also wants to highlight the horrific number of black people who die at the hands of officials during mental health crises.
I understand President Biden had the cast of Ted Lasso to talk about the importance of mental health. It is my fervent hope that they would engage when black people.
I'll never see a grandchild out of a piano because someone refused to help him.
It's just something when an African mother is mad. She got that thing in her face. Like she's gonna go home praying on all 10 of them men.
Yeah. But like I was saying, they always think that black people have superpowers.
No, they don't think we have pain.
Yeah, that too.
So that is so emotional for me.
You know, when the cops pull over a black man, there's always like 10 to 15 police cars show up.
Why? For one person?
For one, we saw like what they did with the guy that was selling the loose cigarettes that they choked to death.
Gardner, yes.
Yes, Gardner. You know what I mean? It's like for some reason, I'll tell you a story. I remember I was out with some white friends one time and they got into some kind of argument and a fight almost happened, but it didn't happen. And they said, man, if those guys were going to fight us, at least we have Carl. I'm like, what? You think that just because I'm black that I can just like take on like 15 people and you know what I mean? But that's the mentality that they have. That when you're black, you can kick ass, you can and that's what the police come at you with, right? White policemen always think that black men have a stronger and like you said, they think we don't feel pain. They did a survey of white students who are studying to be doctors, and 67%, I want to say, 67% thought that black people had a higher pain threshold than any other race.
No, we heard too.
Yes. They think we don't feel pain. We are able to withstand pain, but we don't need pain medication.
And this is from white scholars that call themselves studying us. You want to say we don't have pain, the things that they did to women, the experiments they did to our men. They are.
How long have we been together on this earth? How long have black and white people been? First
of all, white people is only about 8,000 years old. If I'm about 8,000, we are 1,000,000 years old plus. So those are our children. We are the mothers and fathers of civilization. And they don't get. Matter of fact, I can't even say that because you have people that did do documentaries and found out that everything went right back to Lucy, the black ancestor that they found, the bones that they found in Ethiopia came right back to Lucy. Everybody comes from her. Everybody, y'all come from us. So that's that racism didn't come in until later on. What? About 1,000 years or something?
All right. Speaking about that, I'll show you this video to back up what you just said.
White people did not exist before 1681. Again, white people did not exist on planet Earth until 1681. Number two, any claim that this group called white people, any claim that group is rooted in biology or derived from genes or biology or is innate or is from nature is a lie. Third and final point. As a matter of foundational law, actually, let me say it this way. White supremacy has been embedded in the United States of America from its founding as a matter of law. Now, I don't expect you to buy all that, to get all that, to believe all that, at least not now. but my job is to share with you the legal history that proves each of those three claims that I begin with. So let's go. Let's get started. We have to begin this conversation in colonial North America, specifically in the colonies, the British colonies of Maryland and Virginia. Both were British colonies, and both shared a number of particular characteristics. First, their economies were rooted in tobacco farming. If you know much about tobacco farming, it requires tremendous human labor, lots and lots of workers. So those who owned large plantations.
All right, I just wanted, she said, white people, what she said is 1600s. That's when white people came about.
You saw me like them. Yeah, and it's like I said, it's documented. They did the DNA. They wanted to find out. They wanted to go all the way back, and they went back and came right back to our black bonds. Yes, So respect your mothers and fathers.
Yeah. So that goes back to my question. If we were the first people here and how did we let white people take over? My answer for that is we were too nice. Right? We were
too.
Yeah, we were too nice.
We was too nice, and a lot of our people sold us out. They sold us out too.
Yeah.
Probably not knowing what they were doing, but we had to go through that passage. Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Carl. I'm glad my ancestors made it through the passage, and a lot of them didn't survive, but we did make it because I'm here.
Yeah. And when I say we're too nice, I mean like when white people showed up, like in the Caribbean and here in America.
Yeah, we was like, come on in.
Exactly, right? We were willing to share. There's enough land, there's enough food, there's enough of everything. Like share everything. But
they started killing us, and
the white people were like, no, we want everything. We want it all. Right. We want all the land. We want all the food. We want all the wealth. We want all the gold. We want it all. We're not sharing anything.
And then they went to Egypt, and then they went to these different countries. They like, wow, they built all of this? No, they couldn't have did. For years, they said we didn't build all of that. Our ancestors, our people, our African ancestors did not build that. Yes, they did. We already had a full civilization. We was already functioning. They copied off everything off of those pyramids.
Absolutely. That's why when Napoleon went to Africa and saw the pyramids with the big wide noses,
the Sphinx. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he broke them off.
Yeah, a lot of the art, if you go, I went to a museum dealing with all the Egyptian, a lot of the Egyptian art, they knocked off a lot of the noses. Anything that was a feature of Afro, or I'm trying to say how they call Africanism. Anything with Afrocentric or big, they removed it. They had to remove it. They even was going into the pyramids trying to clean off them walls. Them walls was full of brown people. You think them people, if they was white, they would have colored it white. They colored what they saw.
Absolutely. So the reason, if there is a reason why Black people, no matter where you go in the world, seem to be at the bottom and struggling, we were too trusting.
Yes.
We were too trusting. And I remember I read that when Columbus, he came to America, but he wrote
back to a couple of places. He
wrote back and told the Queen Isabella back in Spain that the people basically, I'm paraphrasing, but basically these people here are very nice and they're very, they're very accommodating to us. They would make easy slaves.
Mm-hmm.
It's a process. Now here are these Indians and these Black people being, sharing with him, being nice to him. Welcome to our country. You can share. We can share the land. We can share the food. Being hospitable, and his mindset is, I can make them slaves and take all their stuff.
And then you also got to remember the history of Spain with the Moors. Spain did not like the Moors. The Moors was the Black men that showed them how to clean their ass, showed them how to build castles, showed them about math, okay? And I think they did it for 7-Eleven. I think it was for a very long time. And when they got rid of them, and they made sure they would never come back. So now you got Isabella. and her husband. I think it's Ferdinand or something like that.
Yes,
They
Ferdinand.
over there plotting. They was like, these people is colored. Let's get them. Let's enslave them. They was already mad from that. Okay? They was already mad. They know that we were very smart. Very smart. We taught them almost everything, you know. So
Yeah. So will we ever rise to the top? You know,
I think rising to the top for me is in our mentality. You know, being able to build something for you, your family, you know, because we're not going to be here forever. You know, I do a lot of these. I do this show because I want my nephews and my nieces and nephews to know, you know, their history and that we are having the conversation. You know, I hope in our lifetime, you know, but I want you to understand that they don't want that. They never want that. Once those turn, it's going to bug them out because that's what they're afraid of. You know, it's turning. And to be honest with you, we really don't care. We just want to feel comfortable where we live at. We want to be treated equally. We don't want to be overcharged for everything. I just saw something somewhere in the South. They charging them an extra 60% for car insurance more than they charge their white counterparts. We want to be even. Stop charging us black taxes.
now see, now this is my thing again. But seeing all of that being out there, why don't we kind of come together? Like every other culture does it. Every other culture comes together and help each other. And I know we've said this on this show a gazillion times. I just can't understand why we can't do the same thing. What are we so afraid of? We got black people with $1 billion who are still afraid. Black people with 400 million who are still afraid. Black people with $1 billion who are still afraid. You know, and I just can't quite put my finger on it. But somebody said something on the show last week. The last time we talked about this, he said the black person that has $1 billion, they're trying to get 2 billion. So they don't want to rock the boat. And the black person with 10 billion, they're trying to get 20 billion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're always
Yeah, I feel you because I was looking, a couple of billionaires is from Africa. One even, I think I stressed this, own a cement company. This should be building. This is supposed to be giving jobs, you know, because I feel like Africa is everything. You know, I even saw a video, you know, shout out, you know, to Tariq Nasheed. He put a video up about this young lady saying how she doesn't like Americans. Now she's in Africa. She's walking on she's walking on the dirt road in a red dress, look like she's coming from a club. Okay, yeah. She's in an Americanized outfit, and you saying that you don't like America. You don't like American women. We too fast and all of that. But you in this outfit. My thing is that why we always gotta be against each other? You don't even know us. And I think that's with ignorance because they don't know us. They don't know our background. They don't know our history. Once they know our background and history, maybe they look at us differently. But my thing is, we got to build your country. Build your country. I don't understand how they have billionaires out there and they're not building these jobs and what. I don't know. So just like we have our own issues there, they got their issues over there too.
Yeah. This whole African don't like Black American thing. I'm not even sure why that is.
I don't know. It's the divide thing. It's a conquer and divide. It's just divided.
It makes no sense to me.
It hurts my feelings because I'm very Afrocentric. You know, I love my natural. I love my big earrings. I love smelling like cocoa butter. You know, I love being all natural.
But like you said in that video with the African guy that got killed at that they didn't know he was African. They just knew he was black.
That's another thing. Did you see how deep that is?
Yeah.
That regardless to what, y'all come here and y'all look at us a totally different way. When a white person see you or somebody of white supremacy saw it, they see you, they see black. They don't care if you're from Africa, from the West Indies. They don't care. They don't care if you black from Europe. They don't care. You're a black man to them and they feel intimidated by you and they want to shut you down at all costs. Okay. They didn't have to have 10 people to take this guy down. If he was having a crisis, why y'all didn't give him something to calm him down? Give him a shot or something. You understand? Knock him out. Why knock him out forever? Why do that? Now you got this African mother. I'm telling you, that African mother is gonna pray or no.
Yeah, let me show you this video here of
this weird ass entitlement. No, you're not entitled to sit there and just denigrate us, and we're not doing anything to you. You're not entitled to denigrate us like that, and we ain't supposed to say nothing. We need to know who you are for our own damn safety. I don't want these tethers sitting around here with these anti-FBA views and you're working as a damn doctor somewhere and about to do surgery on me. Or you're working at a school or daycare and I'm about to drop my kid off to your ass. I don't want you around me or my family if you have these kind of views. We need to know who the hell you are. We absolutely need to know. You're not going to sit here and try to shame us for exposing your hate. Let me play the clip of this woman. Now, she's very calm about her anti-FBA hatred. I want y'all to listen to some of this because this is their mindset. And we have to understand these kind of people among us. Now, this is a woman who's living in Houston. She's living down in Houston. And listen to how she feels about foundational Black Americans and how her parents taught her how to hate foundational Black Americans. Listen to this stuff right here. And yes, it's you already know the routine, $5 divestment wig, the whole cake soap, the whole thing. And her video is Akata versus Africans. So she's starting off the gate calling us Akatas. Akata versus African. And she's talking about how we, foundational Black Americans, we need to learn how to have the African mindset in order to be successful. The nerve and the audacity. All right, hold on. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I'm going to be discussing this really, this really interesting topic here. Why Africans don't like Black people and, why we refer to them as in a derogative way. So, that's what we're going to discuss.
Another thing I want y'all to watch, and I know this because we always say they look at themselves different from us, from Black people. Notice how she keeps differentiating herself from Black. Well, us and Black people. Black people ain't this. Us and Black people. I keep telling y'all, these people don't look at themselves as Black.
Let me call.
I want to say I'm sure that's not, I wouldn't say that's a majority of Africans.
No, we're not saying, listen, we're talking about percentages, okay? Listen, y'all, we're talking about percentages. It is a percentage of them that feel like they don't have no respect for us. And let me tell you something. They had this show, Young, African, and Famous, right? Young, Famous, and African or something. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, we about to see how they living. I'm ready. And when I got there, I was like, what is going on here? They adapted to the Western life. They all had wigs on. They bleached out their skin. Only thing that was beautiful was the clothing. The clothing, like you can see, the custom made certain clothing. But other than that, they were all trying to be like us. They were nothing. It was just, Gucci this and Fendi that and Prada this. And you looking at them like, y'all are African. Y'all can make y'all clothes. Y'all can build stuff. Like, You see her. You see she got the long weaving and long
eyelashes going. She's got the eyelashes. She's got the weave. She's got You know,
It's all right. And you got me sitting here. I was born in America, and I'm more Afrocentric than all that. And you know what else is sad to me? You know, the bleaching of the skin. I was talking to one of my clients. I used to go to the Africans to get my hair braided. And you know why I went? Because I wanted to hear their voice.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear them talk. I just wanted to have that connection with Mother Africa because I'm going through my process of becoming a woman. And as time goes on, you start to see they getting lighter. And lighter. And now they got boils coming out their face. Like, what are y'all doing to your bodies? What are y'all? They wearing jeans now. Like, they went straight Americanized. And I lost that. I stopped going because I didn't get the feel no more. I'm just so disappointed. If they only knew. They are the mothers and fathers. I mean, come on. Pull up. We got to upgrade. Come on.
Tiffany, you have a fan from YouTube, Laro. He wants you to drop your link because he likes you.
Oh,
I'm assuming Laro is a man. Could be. I don't want to in this gender fluid world.
Listen, I saw something online, huh?
Laro says, "Can sis with the great big hair drop her link? I like her."
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, boo.
All right. The whole African American thing is because, like you said, when you walk down the street, nobody knows you're African, nobody knows you're American, nobody knows you're from the Caribbean. All the world knows is that you're black.
You're black.
You know.
That's right.
But I do admit we have different culture. Culturally we're different.
Yeah, we are, and I love different cultures. I want you to teach me your culture. I want to learn the African. My mother always opened up. You should learn everybody's culture, and people that have culture should be able to open up and teach us theirs. It's beautiful.
But one of the mistakes people from Africa make, and one of the mistakes that people from the Caribbean make, we come to America, and because we had it easy back in our country, we come here and we can't understand why Black Americans can't think the way we think.
That's so deep that you said that. You said y'all had it easy.
Yeah.
So for 300 to 400 years of your ancestors, y'all didn't have our type of slavery.
We didn't go through Jim Crow. We didn't go through that. Separate water. I mean, we had a little bit of it in Barbados, but not a whole lot. Not enough. I mean, it lasted maybe a few years, but it wasn't as intense.
Right, like America. That's deep, Carl.
Yeah, it wasn't as intense. So we come to this country with this la-di-da kind of attitude, floating on air, you know what I mean? And asking ourselves, why can't Black Americans be like us? Me carefree and, I used to ask, and this is the truth, and I'll admit it, why do Black Americans get so upset by the N-word? Why do you let it upset you? Mm-hmm. Why not just because when I hear it, I can move on. Mm-hmm. And I can move on because it's not attached to lynching where I'm from. It's not attached to getting killed. It's not attached to getting my house burned down. So when I hear that word, it doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't make me angry. It literally does nothing to me. And like I said, I would say, why can't Black Americans do the same thing? Why can't they hear the word and just go on about your business?
Right.
You can't.
Because too much has happened under that word.
Absolutely.
And it hurts me even to hear Spanish people say it, because you didn't see one Spanish person hanging on a tree. You understand? You didn't see them hanging on a tree. It was only Black men being lynched, and women and children. And most of the men that was being lynched was successful men. They didn't like for Black people to be successful or even try to do something for you and your family. They would shut you down.
Yeah. So for Africans to say, what that girl was saying about it is so much deeper. It is so much deeper than people know. When you watch, if you're in another country and you're watching, which we see America through mostly TV, and we see Black actors and white actors getting along on TV. So we think that's America.
Right.
It looks like everybody's getting along.
It's just so picture perfect.
Yes, it looks great. It's like, you have So we're kind of brainwashed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We need to be reprogrammed.
Yes. So to all the Africans and the people from the Caribbean who think that being black in America is all peaches and cream,
No, it's not.
it's not, and it's the little things. You know what I mean? Who would think that your name would prevent you from getting a job?
Yes.
In the that would never happen in the Caribbean. Your name has nothing to do with your job. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can go for a job with braids. Nobody cares.
Nobody
You gotta. I gotta perm my hair because I have to be too non-threatening. I gotta make my skin lighter. I gotta speak a certain way. I don't want to make the white man. I don't want to scare them. I want to make them comfortable.
You gotta make them feel it's comfortable. Right. That's why the women relax their hair so they can make them relax.
Absolutely. And we don't have to do that. Africa, when you live in Africa, if you go for a job, you'd probably be being interviewed by a black African that looks just like you, and all they care about is your knowledge and your education and your experience, and can you do the job?
Right.
Here in America, it's being black has everything to do with your daily existence.
Jill Scott got a song about that. What y'all do if we wasn't here? Even if it's just for women, they need us, regardless to what you need us. If it wasn't for us, nothing would be functioning. So shout out to us as black people. We are the soul of this world.
Yeah, but
that's it. We the soul.
Yeah,
we the soul.
And like we said on the show before, it's a fear of us.
Yeah. It's a fear.
Yeah. It's a fear of us.
They fear that them tables is going to turn.
Right.
And that's the sad part about it, because we don't even think like that. We don't think like that. And now we have to worry about, Trump again. We got to be careful how we say his name too. I heard they just my time. Well, the former, the president before. We just pray. White people, please. We talk to your people. It's not that serious. Please, please, please. If he's getting in trouble over, what was she? A call girl?
Stormy Daniels.
A lady of the night.
She was. She was a stripper, I think, or no.
They couldn't get him on nothing else but some vagina. They said a man's downfall is some vagina or some money.
She was I guess an escort or something like that. She was an escort, and so they got him on that. But
if that's the case, they need to lock up all the presidents. Matter of fact, dig them all up, because all of them had escorts, girlfriends on the side. Better believe it. And they stole some of them paperwork. They got paperwork in their house. They probably got it in their grave.
But speaking of Trump, after they see what kind of person Trump is, he's gotten more support. Isn't that scary?
He makes the evangelicals, he makes the other white people, he makes them feel comfortable, like he's going to get America back again. And my thing is, come on, y'all. This is a multicultural world now. We have to learn how to live with each other. What is wrong? If we can't live with each other, we need to live with our own. I'm sorry. What Gilbert said, he said, y'all need to get out of here.
You need to get away from the black people.
Just get away.
I'm
sorry, that man was funny. That white man was funny.
Yeah, because he said we're a hate group.
Yes! That was funny. Me and my friend was in here. We almost spit our drink out listening to him. He was dead serious. He was like, just get out. Just get away. Just go. And I'm saying to myself, yes.
Because they did a survey, right? They did a survey, and 3 out of 4 black people, he said, thought it wasn't okay to be white, or something like that. It was the survey where
I wouldn't change my color for nothing in the world. I don't care how much stress, blood, sweat, and tears my people came through. I love being this.
Yeah, said it wasn't okay to be white, so that's what really got him upset. But people like him, they don't understand it's just hard to understand. And sometimes I think to expect white people to understand what we are dealing with. You know what I mean? Because they're white and they're just worried about being white. They don't. You know what I mean?
Two different walks of life.
Absolutely. So can we?
Two different stress.
So
two different everything.
We have to take care of our own. You know what I mean? Our own stuff.
And message to out, like you said, call to people with money. We need supermarkets. We need Black-owned schools. Okay, let's do that. We need some facilities, mental health facilities to get these people back on track. I mean, come on. We need that for our people. That's the only way we're going to be able to flourish.
What we gonna do what we should do for a show, if not the next show, that one of the shows coming up. Let's see if we can find out what Black people own, what businesses are owned, what supermarkets they own, if they own hotels, they own what huge companies do Black people own?
So that's our next homework. We're gonna look up people that own these things. I never heard of I haven't saw a big black supermarket. I haven't saw no Black-owned supermarket. Maybe a little store, but not a supermarket where you're getting,
dealerships. Black people buy cars. Black people buy the most Mercedes in this country, in the world. I think most Mercedes are owned by Black people.
I don't even know the difference between a Mercedes, a Benz, car. I don't even know.
So, I mean, do we own any car dealerships? If Black people are buying these cars in droves, we own any car? At least the money's circulating among ourselves.
That's not a part of the contract of owning a dealership. A Black hand.
So what do we own? I want to look up what we own. What do we own? Do we own any?
I think we own more stuff back in the 60s. When we was going through, having to have our own because they didn't want us in their businesses. We have more businesses then than we have now.
I think that was the problem, though. I think Martin Luther King alluded to this. Instead of trying to get Black people to sit next to white people and eat at the same restaurants, live in the same neighborhoods, he should have fought for getting our own stuff, not to be, you know what I mean? Instead of
you can't say that either because we already had it.
Right.
They just wanted to blend it. They wanted to have equal rights to go in there if they wanted to go in there, if they didn't want to go in there. But they don't understand when you did that, what happened? All the Black businesses, Black everything dwindled down because now, we can share with them now. I'm gonna be honest. I would have rather wished they would have stuck to more of Black-owned businesses. Because we know what our people need. We had our own shoemakers, cleaners, banks, movie theaters. I mean, we
had our own bus company too, right? I heard.
Yes, we have. I mean, we can have them. If you want to name some old businesses from back in the days, we could probably find some. But I don't know. Like now, we're getting to it now. That's one thing I can say that I'm seeing a lot of businesses pop up. But a lot of them are a little bit too expensive. But then I know they charging y'all extra money just to have your business.
Yeah, like I know Magic Johnson. He has Magic Theaters, right? And I think does he own the Fridays chain restaurants, or is he part owner of the?
Okay, so the Friday, anything that's a chain, most of the time you just bought the franchise. You didn't buy the whole complete business. So the franchise can be, let's say, $50,000. You bought, that's your franchise, that's your name, but it's still their name, but you're just the business owner of it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is now. The Magic Theaters, I don't know if he's partnered with somebody, just like I didn't know that Jay-Z, his liquor he owns it, but if he still was partnered with Louis Vuitton, I think the LV, whatever, the Louis Vuitton, that they own Hennessy, they own half of Rihanna's Fenty. Like it's like you have to branch with somebody,
right?
To be able to get to that top and just have ownership of it, But they got to have a piece of it regardless.
Yeah. And I think Shaq owns. We can look all this up. I think Shaq, he owns some of the Five Guys burger joints. Those.
He can own it, but he could be just owning the franchise of it. Let me see. Yeah, he could be just
using his
name.
His name. Yeah.
Yeah, he could be just using his name. So the Five Guys. I'm let me say who owns the Five Guys.
Yeah, Norma Staley says that's how I grew up in the South.
What?
We had our own business. They had all their own businesses. Everybody,
Yes.
you know. Thanks for sharing that, Norma. And so what happened? You know, we integrated, and then it all went to hell from there. Did you find anything?
It's called the Merrill family. It's owned by the Merrill family.
Five Guys?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Five Guys is owned and founded by Janie and Jerry Merrill. So I don't know who these people are. They don't got no pictures of them or nothing. Yeah. So they've been founded for 37 years now. So since 86. It's from Arlington, Virginia. So I don't think that's
Shaq.
Black owned. That's not owned by Shaq. So it's a franchise.
So I'm interested to know how much stuff do Black people own.
Yeah, that would be. I'll look it up. We can look it up and see.
Yeah, but I think I think we have enough where we can help ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we do. It's like Black people are a brand. We're a brand. You understand what I'm saying? We'll purchase it. If we like it, we'll purchase it. We the only one that wear our wealth. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna show this video. This is the last video, and this is a good video to close out the show with.
Okay.
But this brother drops some serious knowledge.
Knowledge of self produces love for self, and love for self causes you to do for yourself. And since you are DJ Envy, you are my brother. Base word of brother is other. You're my other self. So if I know me, love me, and am doing right by me, I'm going to treat my other me the same way. I can't rob from my other me. I can't lie to my other me. I can't steal from my other me. And what happens is when we see each other like that, then as my brother, see, if I'm your brother, my daughter's your niece and your son is my nephew.
That's right.
So every problem become a family problem.
That's right.
So we return our mind back to, just by saying brothers and sisters, back to the old axiom we had before we were kidnapped and Caucasianized and Westernized. We used to say it takes a village to raise a child. So once we get back to that concept, I think that we'll be working together, because your rise is my rise. Your fall is my fall. What helps you helps me. What hurts you hurts me. And we mature out of just having, right now, all we have is sympathy for one another. Meaning that I don't like that something bad happened to you. But we got to graduate out of sympathy into having empathy for one another, which means that whenever something hurts you, I feel it like as if it happened to me. And when that type of spirit is among us, then you're going to see us united, looking out for each other, taking care of each other, and putting the good of the whole above all personal desire.
Shaq.
Wow.
It's deep.
Yeah, that touched me.
Mm-hmm. And it's beautiful to hear it from a man.
Yeah. If I see you as my brother, then I'm not gonna hurt you.
Yeah, because you're the other side of me. You're my brother.
I don't think anybody could have put it any better. But for some reason, we can't seem to get to that.
Mm-hmm. So that's why we have to be in our own. How can you say whoever crossed your path? Whoever is in your family, your immediate, your family, we have to deal with them, and whoever cross our path, because people are damaged out here, Carl. They are really damaged. Look at these young people today. The things that they're doing is because they're not loved. They're not getting that love from home, and that's something that we have to talk about also on our next show, dealing with our young people, our future. A lot of them are in jail, giving these people money just to house them, because that's what it's doing. It's just giving them money, and then they're getting and they're regretting it, So we really have to start working on ourselves. And that's the only way we are going to get back together, as a unit, as a family unit, is we have to heal ourselves first.
Yeah, I saw a video where this guy was saying all the black men that carry guns in the hood, He said they're not carrying guns to shoot Chinese or white, or they're carrying guns to shoot black people. You know?
Yeah, we have to switch that mentality. You know, we shouldn't be in defense mode over our brother or somebody that live in our same community. You know, we shouldn't feel like that. And then we got to think about our music today. A lot of our music is a lot of falsehoods, you know, and a lot of our rappers are going to jail now. You know, they're getting caught up over their lyrics. You know, so it's just like I said, we have to change our life. We have to be reprogrammed, especially for our children. Y'all got children. We have to protect our children at all costs.
You know, but I mean, I guess change is going to take a while, but I'm sure there were other people that came before us that have been saying the same thing. There'll be somebody here after us saying the same thing. I'm always curious as to when is it going to stop? When are we going to realize this is what we need to do and just do it? Because it seems like all we're doing is talking. We just talk. We talk about this. We talk about that. We need to come together. We need to do this. We need to stop killing each other. But it never stops. Farrakhan spoke about it, you know, extensively, you know, why we killing each other, you know, but it doesn't seem to stop. We seem to have a hatred for each other like no other race.
And we need to remove it. We need to remove it because there's people out there that's waiting for a race war or waiting to kill us. You understand what I'm saying? And we need to stop. You know, like I said, we need to work more on ourselves. We need to start loving ourselves more. Fathers, start being there for your children. Mothers, be there for your daughters and your sons. We have to do things differently. If you have issues, if you're having mental issues, if you're having problems or you having anxiety, talk to somebody, reach out to somebody. You have to do these, you know, you have to do this to be able to live, you know, because it's sad because you don't understand the stories I be hearing, Carl. It's just very sad.
Yeah. But like you said, I mean, we say what we have to do.
Yes.
But how are we going to do it? You know,
listen, we can't help everybody, but it could be just one person that's listening to this that knows that it's many of us that's going through it, but we are resilient. We still stand, you know, and we can do it. We cannot give up. We cannot give up. I'm saying it to anybody that's watching, don't give up, okay? Because we done been through the ringer and we still survive. Don't give up. I love y'all.
Norma Staley just said the same thing. Hey, Norma. She said, we have to keep trying. Don't give up. Things will get better. We did it before. We will do again. We will do it again. Love each other.
Yes.
Yeah. You know.
And we have to start at home. We have to start. You know how much inner turmoil is in the home? It's in the home. Inside work.
Yes. Yes.
Because you can't help. My thing is, how can people try to help anybody else when their backyard is filthy? You understand?
Yeah.
You have people out here preaching and you trying to help me and you ain't on point. No, I'm not going to take it good. And this is how these young people are feeling. They already been disappointed by their mother or their father. Why you think they're going to listen to us? They don't care. You understand? Once you get abandoned by the people that brought you in this world, that's it. They feel a certain type of way. So no, we have to do things differently. We have to love our children. We have to protect them, you know. And if people, places, and things don't fit in your life, remove them. Because we have to start growing. We have to start healing.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure stuff's being done. It's just not on a large enough scale where we can see it. But I know there's people out there doing stuff. Tiffany, you do your part. You know, I do my part. You know, I haven't done it in a while, but I mentored, you know, kids in foster homes. I used to talk to, you know, to Black kids and try to get them on the right track. And the mindset they have, because I talked to a couple of kids, and when you talk to them one-on-one, they're really nice kids. They speak well. They carry themselves well one-on-one. But then you see them out in the street with a group, and then they got this thuggish attitude. And I go, why do you do that? And they go, that's because I'm not going to be a punk. Like,
and also they have to adapt to each situation. You know, they're going to be with you a certain type of way, but when they're in the street, they have to be in a protective mode also, you know. So I get it. I just tell my nephews, don't be a follower. Be your own person. Don't follow behind people. Don't do no stupidness, because that's another, you have to teach. A lot of these young boys is in trouble because they follow behind their stupid friends.
Yeah. They got to be hard, as they say. You can't, when you're out in the street, you got to have a certain look. You know,
you shouldn't have to feel like that at 13, 14, and 15 years old.
Yes.
Like, you.
Yeah. So, you know, I didn't understand it, but I kind of understand it
Now
now.
you get it, right?
Yeah, I get it. You know, the only thing that was funny though was the whoa, Norman Staley said I raised 17 foster kids. Wow.
17 foster, I salute you. And I hope that you was a good one too, lady. Because let me tell you something, that's another thing too. A lot of foster care systems, foster care homes is not good. So if you raise them and they successful and they love you and they come back and take care of you, you did a good job. But to them ones that's out there taking it for the money, y'all gonna get it too. You know, some horrible people out there abusing children out there in that foster system. That's just a money grab. You know that, right?
Now, I didn't know that people just do it just to get the money.
Yeah, they get the money. And a young lady that's a foster child, she told me that. She said, look in the newspaper. It's up under help wanted.
What?
Yes. Foster, if you want to have a foster child, it's up under help wanted. She said it's all about the money. And she said when they turn 18, they put them out. So that's why I'm all about the foster system needs an upgrade. I said it. They need an upgrade.
I thought it was for people. I thought foster parents were people who cared enough to take these kids in.
No, a lot of them is doing it for the money, Carl. You know how many kids died in foster care or abused? I have a personal experience with, because my nephew was abused in the foster care system. You understand? Molested in a foster care system, and nobody did anything about it. Okay, so it's a lot of them that are. Some are good. They are beautiful people. God bless y'all. I send many blessings to y'all, whoever was great foster parents. But it was also some that was horrible, and they only did it for the money, and they abused the children, and now we got abused children out there. One day, matter of fact, I have a cousin that was in she was raised and was adopted, and they treated her horribly, and she can tell you the story. Wow. It's horrible. It's horrible. So, like I said, shout out to the good ones, and to the bad ones, you get the color purple finger.
The color purple finger.
Yeah, you know that finger silly game to Mr.
Yeah. Yeah. Crystal from YouTube says, unfortunately, some families struggle with multi-generational trauma.
Oh, yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And it's time to break the cycle. The cycle has to be broken, and that's by caring for your children. You know, and if you can't, because I know sometimes people are not meant to be parents. Find somebody that you know that's going to love your children and take care of your children like they're supposed to. Just don't drop them off with anybody. I know how people, I even have a friend that his mother just dropped him off with somebody, and he was abused the whole time. And when she came back to get him, she was surprised. What you mean? You left your child with somebody. So, you know, listen, take care of them children, protect our children, because they are the future. And if they are damaged, they're going to go out there, doing bad things.
Absolutely. All right, well, we come to that time again in the show where we have to say goodbye. Yeah, so please like, share, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever we go live, which is every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Norma Staley just had a last comment. She said, I stay in contact with my kids. They all are doing very well.
Good.
And she's very proud. That's
very good. We salute you. We salute you.
You know, because like Tiffany just pointed out, some people just do it for the money. Some people do it because they care. You know, and it's unfortunate. Some people are out there just, you know, want to get paid and they don't care about the kids. But like I said, thanks again for checking us out. We're here every Sunday, 7 p.m. We're the Black Therapy Show. We know we're not going to fix everything, and we call it a Black Therapy Show because it helps us to just discuss stuff.
Have the conversation.
Yeah, we're just talking about stuff. It just makes us feel better because Crystal from YouTube talked about multi-generational trauma, and it's every time you see a Black person being abused in the news, or you know what I mean, as a Black person, you watch that and you feel it because you know that could be me, and that's part of trauma, you know. And people might not want to see it as trauma, but if you see people that looking like you being abused day after day after day after day, and you know, it weighs on you. I swear to God, I'm still affected by George Floyd.
Yeah.
Today, I mean, I watched a Black man die because he was Black. If he was a white man, he would not have died.
No.
You know what I mean? And you watch all these Black men get shot and strangled, and you know it's because they're Black. There's something about us that makes
it's like an easy target. Like, bam, Black girl. You know, it's like.
So welcome to the Black Therapy Show. If this is your first time here, hopefully you'll come back and you bring some more people. And
shout out to Kevin. We ain't forget our boo. He out there doing his thing.
You're killing it in the Bahamas. You know, make us proud, brother. And
bring me back a souvenir.
Bring Tiffany a Bahamian shot glass.
Yes.
All right. Any last words before we go, Tiffany? Or anything you learned? Anything you want to share?
Thank you again for coming. Remember, y'all, this is fair use, educational purposes. We want to say thank you to everybody that's in the chat, everybody that watches us chime in. Remember, this is just having a conversation. We ain't no therapists, but we done been through it. All of us, each of us have been through something, so we want to share and want to talk about our lives. Please protect your children. Please, I can't do it. Protect our children, all right? Communicate with our sons. Also, if y'all into fashion, check out Fashion Week Brooklyn. We're about to come up with our show. Our show is from April 8th to the 15th. We have it at the Old Navy Yard. Doing our thing, you know, for fashion, for up and coming artists. Check us out, fashionweekbrooklyn.com. Thank you, everybody.
All right, fashionweekbrooklyn.com. Yes. Check it out. So, like I always say, tell the people you love that you love them.
Yes.
Because they're not psychic, and no one is here forever. You know, some people are here today and gone tomorrow, as
right.
We have all experienced. And don't let it happen to you. All right, everybody. Thank you guys for checking us out. We love you. And I mean that. I'm not just saying that. I love you for taking an hour out of your Sunday to spend.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yes. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Tell us what you think.
You have, I think you have a secret admirer now, because this guy Laro, he says you're so cute.
Thank you for the compliment.
Yes. He sits with the big hair, he's calling you.
Yes, I love the big hair, the natural hair. Yes.
All natural.
All natural.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Have a great week. Bye.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chain. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. You be in a safe space, dealing with the Black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. With Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have a new epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We're giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God up above. It's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show.